yoga to move the body. Then puja to move the spirit. Then these talks that really dive into my subconscious mind to really get into these root patterns of my life and to really release that emotional charge once and for all for my being. In day 28, I am complete.
I think the biggest breakthroughs for me were like completion with my social circle, like my parents and relationships. So I really felt deep healing experiences. Also, I kind of manifested different powers. For example, I could do remote vision. Another thing that I manifested was body scanning. I would say the last thing that really touched me was how everything is so kind of personal. The whole experience, like people really attend to you, they care about you. You're not just a number in a
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Bandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Avatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Nama. Keep your eyes closed as we chant the Shiv Mula Mantra Japa 11 times internally. Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. Om 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 Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. Now we'll be entering into ritualistic cleansing, that's Vachman. Om Atvadattam Swadhyami Sudha. Om Vidyadattam Swadhyami Sudha. Shodattam Swadhyami Sudha. Om Ham Hridaya Namaha. Now we'll be entering into Kalpa, the conscious resolution. Om Amapata Samasta Durtashaya Dwara Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwar Paramashiva Prityartham Adya Purokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vasishtayam Asyam Sabdidhau Purna Arogya Durgati Yogi Sariya Siddhyartham Paramashiva Shakti Aviskarnatham Nithyananda Yoga Abhyasam Karishe Om Apakrisha. Now we'll be entering into the Nithyananda Abhyasa. We're starting with Panchama Vinyasa Krama, second sequence. And the first asana, Dandasana Trini. Start from the seated position with both the legs extended out in front of you. And then place your hands beside the hips with palms pressing down into the ground. And engage your thighs, flex your feet, and lengthen your spine upward as you gaze straight ahead. Shambhavi Mudra, where you keep your eyes open wide and steady. Gaze outward while awareness rests deeply within. Samavriti, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose evenly, maintaining rhythmic breath without strain. Engage Mulabandha, contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Visualize yourself as a steadfast shaft, seated tall and straight. Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Sakam Prasaritau Ado Tishtyo Bhumo Sansthapitou Vish Shankyayam Tu Dandasanam Ritam Munibhihi. The next asana is Garudasana. From the seated position on your knees, So come to the seated position on the knees with tops of your feet down and cross one foot over the top of sole of the opposite foot. So you're not crossing the ankles, you're crossing the soles. And then rest your sitting bones directly above the top heel. And keep your spine tall, balance evenly. Rest your hands on your respective thighs and avoid leaning heavily to one side or thumping shoulders. Shambhi Mudra, Mahavakya. Mulabandha. Bring your gaze to the nose. Symbolize the foundation of your inner strength and rootedness. Visualize energy gathering and stabilizing at your base, anchoring deeply towards solid support as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padayo Prashtake Ko Chobe Gastyasya Bhuvi Sanste. Next asana is Gokilasana. From the seated position on your knees, keep your toes top of the feet down and cross the soles of the opposite foot as in the previous asana. Rest your sitting bones. This time bring your hands on the sides of your hips, elbows wide, chest open and proud. Shambhi Mudra, Samavritti, Mulibandha. Gaze to the nose, visualize humble strength, steady care, nurturing guidance, and see yourself as the gentle guardian of peaceful heart, embodying patience. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gochar Moparisa Hide Gokilasana Muchyate. The next asana is Anavitinaya asana. From the seated position, place the legs in Padmasana and then cross your arms. So first come to the seated position in Padmasana and then cross your hands in front of the arms, grasping the opposite foot with each hand. Lengthen your spine, lift through the crown of your head. Direct your gaze inward towards the third eye. Bring your gaze to the third eye. Shambhi Mudra, Prakriti Kumbhaka. And suck the air with the sound Va and hold it. And holding it is known as Prakriti Kumbhaka. Mulabandha. Visualize the light of consciousness piercing the region of heaviness, raising steadily, spine, crown, as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Anava Tinnaiye Eru Pala Elum Pu Ver Mutivanam Pattarai Padikattu. The next asana is Pranayama 3. As you're seated and comfortably in Padmasana, rest your hands in Bindu Mudra on your knees. Inhale deeply through the nostril, filling up the lungs completely. While you perform the Prakriti Kumbhaka, suck the air with the sound Va, loud Va sound, and hold it. And you can't hold it anymore, exhale forcefully through the nose in short bursts like bellows stroking a fire. And then engage with Dhyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Gaze to the nose, visualize yourself seated firmly like a blossom lotus in Padmasana. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Prananam Namam Padmasanam Namasyaya Prani Em Sam Bhashet Deha Vriddhi Karam. The next asana is Jwala Padmasana. From the seated position with legs in Padmasana, quietly raise onto your knees and stack the hips, shoulders on top of them. So, while you are seated in Padmasana, raise yourself onto the knees and then standing upright on the tips of the knees, simultaneously extend both your arms straight above the head and balance. So, give it a try. Try to balance. Shambhavi mantra Prakriti Kumka. Once again, suck the air with a loud vast sound, holding it, known as Prakriti Kumka. Engage Mulbandha. Visualize a radiant lotus flower bursting into the vibrant flame of transformative energy at your heart center. Chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Amaladvaja asana hastau cha udarau cha udyet swayam. The next asana is Sarvangasana. From the seated position, place one foot, place the legs in Padmasana, and then slowly lie on your back, with your arms resting alongside your body. Slowly lie down in Padmasana, arms resting alongside the body, and press the palms onto the ground. Lift your legs up, guiding your hips off the mat. Supporting your lower back with the hands, you come into Sarvangasana. Press through your shoulders and arms. Lift to the chest. Keep your neck long. Breathe steady. As you hold the posture, Sambhi Mudra Prakriti Kumka. Continued. Mulabandha. Gaze to the nose. Visualize the entire body functioning as one integrated unit as you chant the japa. Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Sarvangasanam. Now come to the seated position. Legs in Padmasana. The next asana is Purita Padmasana. As you're seated in Padmasana, quickly raise your arms out to the sides at an angle, making a fist. Shambhavi Mudra Antaranga Kumka. Quickly and forcibly inhale through the nose and hold the breath for a short while and then slowly release through the nostrils. Engage Mulabandha. Visualize a lively lotus that springs upward with a joyful energy, symbolizing dynamic awakening and playful lightness. As you chant the japa, Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The next asana is Dhurma Natha Asana. So, as you're seated in Padmasana, place your hands on the top of the perineum with elbows straight. Keeping hands on the top of the perineum. Shambhavi Mudra Bhasrika Kumbhaka. Bhasrika Kumbhaka is where you inhale and exhale forcibly through the nose. Focus on the exhalation. Keep your breath strong yet even. After several rounds, take a deep inhale, hold the breath, the throat, root locks, engage Mulabandha. Visualize yourself as earth anchored pillar, leg locked systematically for unbroken base. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atadhurmanathasanam. The next asana is Muttirai Yel Meru Asana. From the seated position, legs in Padmasana, place the hands on the respective knees. Visualize yourself as a great Mount Meru and engage Moola Bandha to activate inner heat. Keeping your spine perfectly upright, and engage Shambhaya Mudra. And once again perform the Bhastrika Kumka. Engage Moola Bandha. Visualize a majestic mountain at your core, Mount Meru, the cosmic axis representing spiritual stability and center of the universe. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Muttirayyal Amarandu Meru Ul Nilayattu Ul Akaniye Payachu. The next asana is Sabhasana. On the seated position, with place each foot in Padmasana. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders as you ground through the sitting bones, and then rest your hands gently on the respective knees, keeping your chest open. Settle into the posture with a sense of ease, stability, and quiet focus as you engage Shambhi Mudra. Bhastrika Kamka continued. Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself firmly established like a pillar in the great hall, present, reliable, and unmoved by activities around you. As you gaze to the third eye and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atasabhasanam. The next asana is Madhyasanam. As you're seated in Padmasana, gently cup your hands in your lap, left palm cradling the right, thumb lightly touching from a soft circle. Let your gaze rest downward or close your eyes. Breathe smoothly and once again start performing Bhastrika Kumka. Engage Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself seated, centered and poised in perfect equilibrium as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Adarasanam Cha Prathamam Pashwada Asanam Priyadham. The next asana is Upadhyasana. So start lying on your back with your spine long and shoulder relaxed. Extend one leg straight out along the ground while guiding the other leg up and behind your head. Keeping your movement slow and controlled. Allow lifted leg to settle comfortably at your hips. Your back adjust. Raise your hands by your side with the palms down for the support, maintaining steady breath, calm, center focus as you hold the posture. Shambhi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Slightly contract the throat. Draw the breath slowly in through the nostril, producing the sound of the ocean. Moola Bandha. Visualize the lifted leg becoming cushion that supports the mind, as if the head is resting on a pillow of stability and trust. As you engage Moola Bandha and chant the japa Nithyananda Paramashivoham Upadhyasanam. Stay in the similar posture. Now the next asana is Upadhyasana. In this asana, instead of hand holding the leg, hands will be resting on the sides. So one leg is straight out and other leg is still behind your head, and both the hands are resting on the sides. Shambhi Mudra Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Engage Moola Bandha as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Ata Upadhyasanam. The next asana is Yoga Nidrasana, Purvangam. As you're lying down on your back, try to bring both the legs behind your head and cross the ankles. Cross the feet and keep your back and leg parallel to the ground with your hands gently dropped back. Hands in a Paramudra behind your buttock. Great. So try to hold in the posture a moment. If you are able to hold even for a few seconds, make it for a longer time, then you will see suddenly you will be able to hold for a long time. Just the practice is the key. Visualize your throat chakra and let the self relax in deep restful peace. Sleep peacefully yet fully aware. Engage Mulbandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yoga Nidrasamanam Pado Sirisham Sanstapya Hastau Saprishte Bandhavani Nidra Vyastha Samacharet. Now relax, uncross your legs, but it's still lying down on the bed, on the floor. As we enter into the next asana, which is Markatasana, Trini. So this time, as you're lying down flat on the ground, as if in corpse position, Savasana, extend your legs straight out with your feet resting gently on the ground, away from your head. And then allow your arms to rest comfortably alongside of your body, palms facing upward, and keep your head in a natural position. From this position, then quickly and energetic motions, swiftly lift both of your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Immediately, just as quickly and forcibly lower your legs down to the ground, returning them to the starting position. This swift dynamic lift and lowering of your legs action is called Markata. Shambhay Mudra, Samavritti. Inhale to the nose, exhale. Perform the Chalandra Bandha. Visualize yourself as a lively monkey. Swift and grounded, raising with energy and alertness as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Savasanas Thudau Pavadau Bhumo Markadau Natya Sarayadau Uttaya Vegan Stira Markadam Tu. The next asana is Kabandhasana. From the seated position with your legs extended out in front of you and heels slightly lifted off the ground. The heels are slightly lifted off the ground, and then lean back slightly and keep your chest lifted and shoulders off the. Rotate your upper body gently to one side, keeping both the hands on one side. Engage your core. So rotate your body to one side and place both the hands on the same side. And then engage your core. Maintain the balance with your hands above the ground on the side you are twisted towards. Hold the position steadily. Mahavritti, Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as a powerful elephant's trunk. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bandhasanamtyahu Gorakshashanam Evacha Angushtamashtikam Yenam Napasadidam Tadha. The next asana is repeating Kabandhasana. Side. Switch the position of your hands, twist on the side. Shambhay Mudra Samavriti, Mulbandha. Visualize yourself as a powerful elephant runs, flexible, aware, and purposeful. Feel the controlled flow of strength and balance gracefully. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kabandhasanamtyahu Gorakshashanam Evacha Angushtamashtikam Yena Brahma Prasaditam Tatha. The next asana is Buddha Ardhasana. As lying supine, bend your knees and place the feet flat on the ground, close to your hips. And then rest your shoulders and the ground of the head lightly on the floor. Interlace your fingers around your ankles and lower the legs. And press through your feet to lift your hips upward, arching your back naturally. Keep your chest open or engaged. Breathe steadily while maintaining balance on feet and shoulders. Shambhavi Mudra Samavritti. Moolabandha, visualize yourself as Lord Shiva. The wise guardian, calm, compassionate, and perfectly balanced as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kakshayo pada Adasandhisha dharanam Tatthate buddha. The next asana is Devasana. From the lying position on your back, bend your knees and feet flat on the ground with the back of your head resting lightly on the floor. And then cross your arms over the chest and lift your hips upward, creating an arched back. As you lift, tilt your head back, bringing the weight onto the crown of the head so that only your feet and head touches the ground. Engage your legs and core to maintain the stability. Keep your chest open and spine arched. Shambhavi Mudra Samavriti. Moolabandha. Embody the vital connection between mind and the body, linking through seamlessly through the actions. See the flow of clear, fearless communication from your throat, just like Lord Shiva's serpent energy coiled with control as a chant japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Srilasanam tu Vigyena Kakshasanam et Param. Devasanam cha Paramam Bhujasanam Hochate. The next asana is Chakrasana Chatur. So from the spine position, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground near your hips. Place your hands on the floor beside your head, fingers pointing towards shoulders, and then press into your hands and feet as you lift your hips just upward, coming under the crown of your head briefly, if comfortable. Strengthen your arms and legs as much as possible to arch like a wheel. Keep your breath steady, engage the core and legs. Shambhavi Mudra Samavriti. Engage Moolabandha, visualize yourself as an open arch of energy, radiating through strength and vitality as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Uttana Shay Karangulibhihi Kaban Abhim Nibbadhaha. The next asana is Mrityu Bhanjaka Asana. So as you're lying supine with your body straight, lying down on the floor, raise one leg high and bring it forward. Position the sole of your foot to show its outer edge as per the tradition. Keep rest of the body relaxed, deliberate, focusing deliberately on deliberate placement and control. Engage the core and stability, maintain steady breath. Samavriti Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize yourself as a brave yogi warrior, facing our fear and limitation as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Prathamasena Sudo Hoye. Ane Pago Uchaye Agane. Ane Bahuri Pagathali Koyo. Rakhe Koravari Avidi Rakhe. The next asana is Halasana Dve. From the seated position, lean back. From the lying down position, lean back onto the ground and feet up above the head. Lower your toes gently to the ground behind your legs, keeping your legs straight. Keep your palms flat on the ground behind you, slightly angled for the support. With your hips high, allow the chin to lightly touch the upper chest. Breathe deeply. Mujka Kumka, meaning inhale deeply through the nose and then lock in. Shambhavi Mudra Jalandravanda, visualize a steady inward turning focus, bringing balance and clarity as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Prishtasanniya Asadvaya Kati Samnipedram Nithaya. The next asana is continuation. The previous asana is halasana, Trini. So this time, be in the same posture, interlock the finger in Parashumudra behind you. Muchakumka Jalandhar Bandha, visualize yourself as a being turning inward. Offer deep renewal and calm as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Halatsanam Prishtes Annese Pado Prishtes Tirisa Sthapitva Hasto Prishtes Manabadhva Haladvij Vijayet. The next asana is Jwalasana Purvanga. So from this position, lift your legs vertically up. Shoulders, legs, and hips aligned in a straight line vertically. You can take the hand support. You can take the support of the hands facing out on the hips. Shambhaya Mudra. Visualize your inner fire flickering with gentle potential and steady warmth. Moj Kumka, when you inhale through the nose and lock the chin in Jalanda Bandha. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Sarvadakshinam Parivartya Padam Bhuli Bhe Bhumishtrashet Kuryat Bhuma Apapatya Tada Kriya Shakti Shaktim Sanchalayet. The next asana is Jwalasana. So be in the similar posture. Perform caged mudra. Tongue, turn the tongue gently back and upward into the hollow of the mouth. Muj Kumka Jalanda Bandha, visualize the inner fire burning. Bright and steady as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Rishtashai Purvak Kareka Padayo Kati Uthalayet. The next asana is Trishula Asana Purvangam. So in this asana, bend the legs, knees open wide, soles of the feet touching together at the center. And then bring your palms together with the fingers pointing upward above your groin. Your hands are together. Try to align your legs with the shoulders, with the hips. And bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra above your groin. Balance the shoulder blades in Mochikumka Jalandhar Bandha, visualize. Building a solid foundation of strength and balance. Feel your energy develop patiently and steadily as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Samudra Vyoma Krita Krita Sitaha Padatale Manibandheshu Nidhaya Patitet. The next asana is Trishulasana. So as you are in the Simalasana, previous asana, keep your hips aligned above your shoulders, bend your knees outward, bring the soles of the feet together above your center, place your hands on the knees. Place your hands on the knees and balance evenly upon your shoulders blades. Just lifted Shambhi Mudra Mochkumka Jalanda Bandha, visualize clear, focused energy as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Tanashai Kuru Yugme Parshvadoyam Dhritu Krita Kuru Kumbhage Kevalashya Kaskayo Indhaya. If you want to relax for a moment. And once again, get ready for the next asana. And next asana is Trishula Uttaranga. Continuation of the previous asana. Once again, lift yourself with your legs bent, bringing the soles of the feet together above your center, and then bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Fingers pointing upward above your groin and balance evenly on your upper shoulder breadth. Gates, Muj Kumka, and Jalanda Bandha, visualize enhanced focus and balance as your energy becomes more dynamic and precise as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Mudra Vejja Uri Prasarya Pada Dvayam Sam Amulate Pranipataye. The next asana is Jwalasana Uttaranga. So once again, extend your legs straight up. And this time, hands are not supporting the shoulders or hips. Hands are straight on the sides of your hips, on the side of your hips. So you have to really balance in this posture. Make sure that your legs are straight, aligned with the shoulders and hips. As you perform Shambhavi Mudra, Moj Kumka, Jalanda Bandha, as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, Bahu, Dronatau Kritta Kaya Madhya Sama Niruddayet. The next asana is Halasana Dve Purvanga. From this asana, once again lean your leg over your head on the ground. Keep your feet up and above the ground. Keep your hips straight above your shoulder and knees, and ankles stacked in a vertical line. Slowly lower your toes gently on the ground behind you, keeping your legs straight. Interlace a finger behind your head full in Paramashiva Mudra. With your hips high, allow your chin to lightly touch chest. Perform Moj Kumka, Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize your energy turning inward with calm control. As you engage Jalanda Bandha and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Gaze to the nose. Maribandha Doyam Karna Shikharayo Samyojaye Urdhva Preritva Vyashakti Chariyet. The next asana is Halasana Dve Uttaranga. So come to the seated position on your knees. From the kneeling position, bend forward, trying to bring your head between the legs and hands wrapped around the knees. Shambhavi Mudra, Moj Kumka, visualize deepening flow of energy, cleansing your system, calming your energy as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Baho Jana Prasham Parikayam Chide Karanadvaya Padya Sare. The next asana is Tadaki Mudrasana. So lie supine, the back, legs together, stretched over your forehead, over your head. Exhale fully. Keep your palms up. Draw navel inward and upward in Uddiyana Bandha. So perform Uddiyana Bandha. And once again, a reminder to everyone that Mool Bandha is common in every single asana. Whether mentioned or not, make sure that you're performing the Mool Bandha. Samavritti. Visualize steady ground, get energy flowing through your spine, stretching your back and shoulder as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Bhagesha Sisha Sarvanga Mahamudra Chata Tatagi Baddha Pona Baddha Padmam Danda Paschamatanakam. The next asana is Bhavana Muktasana Dve. So from this lying down position on the back, draw both the knees towards the chest and then wrap your arms around the legs, holding the opposite arm to create a secure embrace. Then lift your back of your head slightly off the ground as you gently squeeze the body together. Keep your breath steady and your core engaged as you hold the posture, allowing the lower back to soften while maintaining control and support. Shambhavi Mudra Samavritti. Visualize pressure, tension, and restlessness being squeezed out of the body in a controlled release. Engage Mool Bandha. Gaze to the nose as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Bhavana Muktasanam. The next asana is Tanasana Dve. From the similar position with your legs bent. Now Bring your knees up to the navel while wrapping the arms around your neck. And then rock gently back and forth, keeping your body relaxed yet engaged. Shambhi Mudra, Samavriti, Mool Bandha visualize Lord Shiva as divine force, gently stretching and expanding your body as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Deham Savyakya Kritva Januni Samyet Nabho Aniye. The next asana is Kurmasana Pancha. From the seated position on your knees, so come to the kneeling position. And then keep the top of the feet flat on the ground outside your hips. And then slowly lean back as you bring your hands to the soles of your feet. And thumb on your big toes. Rest your elbows on the ground behind you and tilt your head backward, gazing behind you. So hand doesn't need to go over the head. On the side, you can hold on to the feet, thumb touching the big toe. Keep your chest up, spine along. Guru Mudra, draw the senses inward, becoming still and drawn like a tortoise within its shell. Samavriti. Engage Mulbandha. Visualize yourself as a turtle embodying steady protection and peaceful threat as a chant japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Jano Kadi Brashta Bhumoni Kilam Sapya Angushta Padadam Adushtya Yo Jagit. The next asana is Kurmasana Panchapurvanga. On the similar posture, now bring both the hands. Keep your hands on the hips. Hands up to the lower back and just above the hips. Head are tilted back. Bringing the crown of the head onto the ground, keeping the hips high and arched. Hold this position and avoid too much of stretch. Onto your back, Guru Mudra, Samavriti, Mulbandha. Visualize yourself as a turtle embodying steady protection and peaceful retreat. As you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Astadvayam Bhutale Nidhaya Pashvakayam Prayet Lalatam Dridam Bhumo Namitva Shakti Sanchalayet. As you are still maintaining this posture, this time you'll be bringing the hands over the head and trying to bring the head closer to the feet. And then bring the hands and holding the hands to the feet, the ankles. The next asana, the asana is Chakra Uttaranga Asana. So from this position, Samana Shambhi Mudra Samana Kumka Mool Bandha. Visualize yourself as an open arch of energy radiating in strength and vitality as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ushtavayo Karad Padadorugam Sanyojayet. The next asana is even deeper stretch, Kurmasana Panchottaranga. This time, once again, try to touch your crown of the head to the feet from this position. Both the hands are straight in front of the hands and stretch your thighs. Clasp your hand just above your respective knees. Pull the knees towards you. Use leverage to intensify the arch of the back. Kur Mudra, Samavriti, Mulbandha. Visualize yourself as a turtle embodying steady protection and peaceful retreat as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Jano Dhritva Shron Visi Nidhaya Prashte Viksarya Prayet Baddha Kumbhasya Sampattavesha Esha Sakram. The next asana is Manjani Kashana. So come to the kneeling position with your hips lifted. Toes tucked. Raise and raise off your sitting bones, keeping your hips and spine upright. And then place both the palms in Anjali Mudra at the heart center. Maintain the soft gaze and closed eyes. Hold the posture, several breaths. Exit by lowering your hands and sitting back. Samavriti Mulbandha. Visualize your mind and body completely healed of any disease or ailment in your body as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Shivo Bhuve Sthitva Janubhyam Savanmatrena Yogina. The next asana is Thangasana. From the seated position on your knees, keep the top of the feet flat on the ground and bring the crown of your head down on the ground in front of you. With an arched spine, reach backward towards your feet, clasping your hands respective heels. Have a deeper stretch. Inhale, lift your hips, and exhale, crown, knees. Shambhi Mudras Samavritti. Visualize qualities of the rabbit: lightness, alertness, and agility. Jalandhar Bandha, the chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Dasangasanam Namastakalam Jano Madhyam Krita Panibhyam Padagram Krita Prashte Priya Kuryat. The next asana is Yanasana. Lie down on your belly. Hands extend both the legs straight and hands next to the thighs. Lift your chest and upper thighs off the ground. Hold firm, back upright, turn the focus inward. Shambhi Mudra Ujjayi Kumka Mulbandha. Visualize a divine figure mounted on their sacred vehicle. As a chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Yanasana Yatari Lau Pashima Loke Paste Hare Pag Putin. The next asana is Nubjasana Dve. So from the similar position, bend your knees and cross your heels with your hands. Cross your heels and with your hands firmly grasp the big toes. Cross your heels and hold onto the big toes. Begin gently rolling motion while holding to the big toes. So if I'm rolling motion, engage Mulbandha, maintain Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama as the gaze directed. Visualize yourself a deep surrender, offering a heartfelt prostration to the supreme point of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri. As the chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Ada Adhashayanam Shingyor Parisharpayan. The next asana is Mandaka Hasana Dve. So from the similar position, with your legs extended behind you, bent knees so that you can clasp onto your respective feet. Keep your elbows straight and gently pull. The legs are not crossed. Keep your elbows up, right, and gently pull them. Press your heels down towards the ground, outside of the respective Keep your chest off the ground but slightly raised so you can lift your chin off the ground and gaze forward. Engage Mulabandha. Engage Mandaki Mudra. Mandaki Mudra, where you close the mouth and subtly move the tongue, the roof, or hollow of the Jai Kumka Pranayama, which is grounded stability combined with calm patience, like a frog patiently waiting for the right moment. As you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Hastangushta Padangushta Ya Yatha Vidhitam Yojayet. The next asana is Mandukha Asana Dve Purva. So from the similar position, with your firm grip, lift your feet upward and pull the toes towards the back of your head as you raise your chest up off the ground. You can bend your elbows, bring the hands over the head, and then you can bend the elbows, hold on to the feet, and lift your chest off the ground. Mandaki Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize a glowing dynamic energy raising within you as you chant the japa. Nithyananda Paramashivoham Guru Bhedena Padangushtam Astivayam Grihitva Akshopari. The next asana is advanced asana. So, which needs a lot of back flexibility. The next asana is Mandaka Hasana Uttarangam. So, from this position, you'll be bending your legs and bringing it over the head, trying to place the feet just on the side of the ears. So, if you're still practicing, you can try lifting your legs and bending the knees how much of you can. Keep your chin on the ground and hold on to the ankles to increase the flexibility. Mandaki Mudra, Vijay Kumkaranam, Mulabandha. Each one knows visualize the powerful surge of energy and full engagement, embodying false boldness as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Paladam Skandayodharam Nidhaya. The next asana is Samsaraka Asana. So start lying on your left side. Left side. Draw your knees into the chest and settling into a gentle fetal position. Place your left elbow onto the ground and rest your sides of your head onto your left palm. Left palm. Allow your right hand to extend and relax onto your right thigh. Keep your body soft and your breath slow as you rest comfortably in the position. Shambhu Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize yourself gently spreading out from a tightly held center like a tension slowly falling into space. Feel the softening of the body widen without losing safety or support, allowing breath and awareness to move freely. Engage Mulabandha as you chant japa. Nithyananda Paramashivam Samsargarasanam. The next asana is repeating Samsargarasana on the other side. This time lie down on your right side. Draw the knees to the chest. Settle into gentle fetal position. Right elbow on the ground and rest the side of your head on your right palm. Allow the left hand to extend and relax on the side. Shambhu Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize yourself gently spreading out from a tightly held center like tension slowly unfurling into the space. Feel body soften and widen without losing safety or support. Engage Mulabandha as you chant the japa. Nithyananda Paramashiva Samsakarasanam. The next asana is Dakshinasana, Dve. So as you're lying down on your right side, extend your legs straight. Place your right elbow onto the ground plate and rest the side of your head onto your right palm. Place your the left hand onto the left side of your body and relax. Shambhavi Mudra, Chai Kumka Pranayama. Visualize the serene, radiant form of Parameshti, the supreme feminine principle, embodying peace and cosmic. Imagine the seed of mantra, Sam, as a luminous vibration radiating from your heart center, spreading calm and throughout your body. Engage Mool Bandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dakshina Parshve Sapta Samacharana Sharirangyayi. The next asana is Bhunjagasana Dve. So lie prone on your abdomen. Place a palm beside your chest with fingers spread. Pressing the top of your feet firmly onto the ground, inhale simultaneously, lifting your chest into a deep arch, raising both your legs straight up behind you. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as cobra and manifest alert stillness and poised power. Engage Mulbandha. Chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yoga Janaya Salit Pustakasya Prathama Patre Ashtadrishchiret Bhujangasana Prakashitam. The next asana is Patangasana. As you're lying down on your belly, with your legs extended and top of the feet resting on the ground, place the hands beneath your torso with palms facing upward against your stomach, allowing the elbows to fold naturally alongside of the body. Rest your forehead gently on the ground to keep the neck natural. Settle into the kite pose as soft and bellow toward Shambhavi Mudra, Jai Kumka Pranayama. Visualize a moth or flying insect resting on the ground, still, weighted and completely at ease, and yet ready at any moment to raise when the wind arrives. Mulabandha. Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Savandandasanam. The next asana is Ustasana Trini Purvangam. So come to the seated kneeling position. Tuck the toes. Press the soles against the hips to stabilize. Lean forward. Place the hands flat on each side of the head. Rest the head at the tip of the phallus between the fist or tip of the nose. Keep the torso controlled, steady. Inward the sound. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama Mulabandha. As you chant the japa, visualize yourself as a serene, resting, calm camel. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padatvaya Tale Nitam Bahu Dhritva Karo Topari Haratalam Yuktam. The next asana is Hamaka Asana. Come to the seated position with your both the feet flat, knee raised towards the chest. Raise the hands on the respective knees. Keep the feet flat on the ground as you keep your chest upright, gaze forward. Take a deep inhalation through the nose and then perform forceful exhalation. Engage. Forceful exhalation out of your mouth as you kindle the Kundalini Shakti. Shakti Silan Mudra. Engage Mool Bandha. Feel energy driven downward and up. Chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Sadhamakasanam. Next asana is Chalasana. Start seated and bring the knees together as your on the previous asana and bending them. Draw the heels close to perineum. Cross your arms to top of the legs and hold on to the opposite arms. Keep the heels flat on the ground and pull your chest to the knees as you gaze to the nose. Shambhavi Mudra, Aprakarshika Mukha, meaning partially close the nose while performing inhalation and exhalation. Plug the chin to the chest in Jalanda Bandha, gaze to the nose, visualize motion gathering inward instead of dispersing. Chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Atha Chalanasanam. The next asana is Kalanga Asana. From the same seated position, keep your heels flat on the ground and place your index finger over the respective ears, feeding off all the sound as you tilt your head down and gaze to the nose. Apakarshkumka, Jalandharvanda. Visualize all sound dissolving as the world steps back gently. As chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Kalingasanam. The next asana, Brahmananda Asana. Start seated and bring the knees together, bending them to draw the heels close to the perineum. Place arms underneath the thighs. Hold the opposite knees. Raise heels off the ground. Keep your chest upright and gaze to the nose. Shambhavi Mudra. Murvanda Apakarshika. Visualize the scattered effort. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The Brahmanandasanam. The next asana is Vilapa Asana. Vilapa Asana. So, from the similar position, play as your palms under the thighs and place a finger in front of the belly. So, from the similar position, just interlace a finger in front of the belly. Keep your chin straight, gaze forward. Hands in Paramashiva Apakarshika. Bandha, visualize emotion holding inward as a burden, but not as burden, but as weight held securely. The chant is Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva. Atha Vilapasanam. The next asana is Dhammakasana. From the similar posture, interlock the fingers and extend your arms straight, bringing your hands to one side of your buttocks to hold the ankles. Keep your palms turned upwards as they rest on the ankles. Maintain the upright chest. Hold the posture steady with gaze. Balanced gaze. Shambhavi Mudra Apakarshika. Mulabandha. Visualize heat burning quietly at the body center, contained, unwavering as a chant. Nithyananda Paramashivam Dhammakasana. The next asana is repeating Dhammakasana on the other side. Place the position of your hands. Again, hold steady, Mulabandha. Engage. Shambhavi Mudra chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Dhammakasana. The next asana, Pithasana Dvai. So from the similar position, place palms gently on the knees and the spine lifted, chest open. Align the hips and knees evenly and hold at Shambhavi Mudra Apakarshika Mula. Visualize yourself seated upon a radiant platform of cool and light, steady and luminous. Platform anchors you like an eternal foundation. Still alive, glowing with strength, clarity, and sacred presence. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham asana. Asana sthe padavdo unayeto utere samam. The next asana is Kanakai asana. Start with your toes and knees. Start on your toes and knees. Raise the knees off the ground and keep the sitting bones on your back heels. Wrap the arms around your back with arms facing up. Bring your forehead down towards the ground. Keep your spine long. Shambhay Mudra. Jalandhar Bandha. Visualize yourself as a raw metal, refining fire. Body folds inward deliberately, concentrating. Breath moves slowly, polishing inner surface. And we chant Nithyananda Paramashivoham Kanakai Kanakasanam. The next asana is Dharma Vaswasyasana. So from the seated position, with knees bent, feet flat, bending the knees close to the perineum, cross your arms on top of the legs and hold the opposite arms. Your heels flat on the ground, and then pull your chest to the gaze to the nose. Shambhay Mudra Apakash Kumkar Jalandhar Bandha. Visualize yourself as a humble craftsman and roughened by honest toil. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Adacharma Gosvasinasnam. The next asana is Granthi Harasana. So start seated with feet flat on the ground in front of you and knees together, and then wrap your arms around. Draw them in towards the chest, and then lift your feet off the ground, allow them to flare out to the sides, wider than your shoulder width, while keeping your knees firmly together. Engage your core and maintain a steady breath as you balance and the posture with continuity. Shambhay Mudra Apakashakumka, which lies long standing, not emotional, mental, and habitual, from sight, not force, but clarity. Engage to nose and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Granthi Harasanam. The next asana is Vakra Shurasana Purvanga. Start seated with your knees bent and slide your feet towards your groin. As you are seated, twist your upper body to one side and clasp your hands behind your back. Straighten your arms, lift your chest as you draw your shoulders straight together. Keep your sitting bones grounded and spine tall as you twist your neck and gaze over the opened shoulders. Vaishnavi Mudra Apakashakumka Mulanda. Visualize yourself black, sharp curved knife, elegant and full as Om Nithyananda Abhyase Shoguparakhe Dakshinakraksha Vamajano Taranam Nait. We'll be repeating Vakra Kukshasana on the other side. So switch the position. Vaishnavi Mudra Apakash Kumkam Mulbandha Chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Vamadpadamukuncha Dakshino Rupe Sthapayet Dakshina Bhuje Janu Prasradvit. The next asana is Vakra Shurak Taranga. So next level of this asana. Place the right foot over the left thigh. Place the right foot over the left thigh and bend the knees outward. Right foot over the left thigh. And knees are bent outward. Press your right armpit firmly against the left knee. So you'll be twisting your torso. Twist your torso. Armpit bringing it to the left knee. Creating a secure hook. And then rotate your torso to the left. Using this bind to deepen the twist. Deepen your twist. Hold here to stabilize the foundation for the controlled breath. Hands are interlocked behind. Vaishnava Mudra, Apakarsa Kumka, Mulbandha, visualize yourself wielding the carved knife with breathing still and great as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dakshina Pada Guncha Vam Guru Parisapayet. The next is Mardijasana. Start seated with your spine upright, hips grounded. Place the left foot onto the right hip. Place the left foot onto the right hip, allowing the knee to relax downward. Bring your right foot flat onto the ground outside of your left knee for the stability. Bring your hands together in Namaskar Mudra in front of the chest. Kumka. Visualize long held knot in body and mind, loosening one by one as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivo Marjidasanam. The next asana is Pakshasanam. From the seated position, bend one knee and place the foot flat on the ground. And draw the opposite foot towards you and press it firmly onto the armpit of the same side. To the leg which is bent, try to bring that foot to the respective armpit. Give it a try. The other foot will be flat, knee raised, hands, the respective hand, elbow will be resting on the knees, hands in the window. Apakarshkumka Mulvanda, visualize your armpit as sacred hidden chamber within body, a warm vital space where the divine presence, Paramatman, is concealed beneath the chant japa Nithyananda Paramashivoham Sridasanam tu Vigyena Kaksasanam Tattaram Grivasanam Asanam. Next asana is Vakshasana, Vaksha, Vakra Kupshasana, Purvanga, repeated on the other side. This is the position of the legs. Start seated with your knees bent, twist your upper body to one side. Clasp your hands behind the back. Start seated with your knees bent and slide your feet towards the groin. Slide your heels towards the groin. On this side, twist your upper body to one side and clasp your hand behind your back. Straighten your arms. Lift your chest as you draw the shoulders blade together. Keep your sitting bones together. Vaishnava Mudra, Apakarshkumka, visualize yourself as sleek, sharp, curved knife. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Abhyasa. So Upukrakhe Dakshina Dakshe Vamaga Jano Nitaram Naye. The next asana is Vakra Shurasana. Repeat it on the side. So bend your right foot and place it over the left thigh. Hook your left arm around front of your left. Then hook your left arm around the back, the front. Hook your left arm around the front of your left knee. So as you twist yourself to the left side, bring the right arm under the thighs, bringing the right arm under the thighs and bring the left arm behind. Yeah, so bring the right arm from outside, hook it inside, and try to bring the hand, left arm behind, and try to hold in Parshamudra. Mudra Apakash Kumka, visualize yourself as a radiant carved knife, as a chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Vamapadamakuncha Dakshino Rupa Sthapayet. The next asana is Vakra Shurasana Uttananga Prasanta. Repeat it on the other side. Place your left foot over the right thigh and bend the knees outward. So switch the position of your sides. Repeat on the other side. Vaishnavi Mudra Apakash Kumka, visualize yourself wielding the carved knife with increasing skill and grace as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Dakshina Padamakuncha Vamorupare Sapaye Dakshina Kakshara Vama Janodram Va Vinat. The next asana is Marjidasana. Start seated with your spine upright and hips grounded. Place your right foot onto the left hip, allowing right foot on the left hip, allowing your knee to relax downward. Bring your left foot flat on the ground outside of your right knee for stability. Bring your hands together, Namaskara Mudra in front of the chest. Apakash Kumka, engage Mulbandha, chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Marjidasanam. I will be repeating Kakshasana on the other side. This time, try to bring the right foot into the right armpit. And the left foot is on the ground, knee raised, left hand on the left knee, hand in the mudra. Visualize your armpit as sacred hidden chamber within your body, warm vital space where the divine presence is concealed beneath the ordinary. As a chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Rirasanam tu Vigena Kakshasana Mitam Param Livasanam cha Param Mushasanam Muchate. The next asana is Gurakshasana 3. From the seated position, bring the soles of the feet together in front and then pull the heels upward as towards you and rotate the balls of the feet and toes onto the ground. Keep your knees wide onto the ground and cross your hands in front of you, holding the opposite heels. Hands are closed and hold on to the opposite heels. Keep the spine elongated and gaze upward towards your third eye. Vaishnavi Mudra Apakash Kumka. Visualize the sage Goraksha as the radiant beacon of wisdom and spiritual power, revered as the great yogi and the founder of Natha tradition. He embodies protector of the soul as a chant japa Nithyananda Paramashivoham bandhas Natyaho Rakshasana Mevacha Amrishtamishtikam Yena Brahma Adikam. And slowly extend your legs straight in front of you as you enter into the next asana, which is Chanderi Asana. Bring the right hand onto your nose and then seal the nostril one side at a time with the thumb and the ring finger for the Nadi Shodhana. Inhale deeply from one side Hold the breath and exhale from the other side. And then repeat. Naishodha, Shambhi Mudra, Mulbandha. Feel the two subtle streams of breath flowing along either side of the spine as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Charanade Srirasanam. The next asana is Guru Parvasana. So come to the standing kneeling position. So standing on the knees. Draw the heels in close to the buttocks. So trying to bring the heels close to the buttocks in the standing position. Lengthen your spine as you lift your chest and relax your shoulders. Bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. Keep your breath as Pratyahar Kumka, Mulbandha. Visualize hips joint as strong, well-oiled hinge as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Guru Parvasanam. The next asana is Dvipada Parshvasana. Start balancing on your knees with your spine tall and core engaged. Rotate each knee inward. And then draw the soles of each foot up towards the inner groin. So the outside edge of the feet presses against the upper thigh. Keep your weight centered through the knees as you stabilize the posture. Bring your hand together, Namaskar Mudra in front of the chest. Pratyahara Kumka, Bandha. Visualize your foundation narrowing without losing balance, as if the strength is being defined rather than spread wide. As you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Tadvipada Parshvasanam. The next asana is Vicharanathasana. Start seated with your knees and pull one foot back into the armpit of the respective arms. So this is basically bringing both the foot to the respective armpit. Repeat with the opposite leg. Squeeze the feet with the sides of your body with your arms. And then try to bring the hands in Namaskar Mudra. Kumka. Visualize the movement turning inward, body asking a wordless question. Engage Mulbandha, gaze to the third eye. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Vichararathasanam. The next asana is Achali Asana. This time come to the seated position with legs in Padmasana. Cross your arms in front of the chest. Hold on to the opposite elbows. Spine tall, chest upright, gaze to the nose. Shambhi Mudra. Pratyahara Kumka. Gaze to the nose. Visualize seated as the unmoving center of intersecting current cross. As chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham and Achali Asanam. The next asana is Shuddhridhasana. From the seated position, bend your right knee, bring the legs in Padmasana, and tuck it securely beneath the right. Keep your spine erect like an unshakable pillar, hands resting on the knees in Bindu Mudra, Shambhi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumka. Visualize yourself settled in unwavering stability, deeply supported by steady presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Bring the gaze to the nose and chant. Nithyananda Paramashivam Dakshapadam Chava Vamo Rumu Vidhaya Tatpadam. The next asana is Siddhasana Pancha. So as you are seated in Padmasana, lengthen your spine as you ground evenly through your sitting bones. Slide your hands beneath the respective thighs with your palms flat on the ground. Bring the hands from outside under your thighs. Allow the thighs to rest on the back of your hands. Keep your chest open beneath. Steady you as you hold the posture with stability and calm. Focus. Nithyananda Yoga, bandhas, Vaishnav mudra. As you visualize yourself stabilized in completion, as if nothing more to be fixed, proven, or attained. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Siddhasanam Pancha. The next asana is Vayu Dharanasana. From Padmasana, rest your hands on the respective knees. Consciously direct the prana downward and pull the prana and apana upwards, allowing them to merge at the navel center. Prakriti Kumbhaka. Inhale, suck the air with a loud va sound. And holding it is known as Prakriti Kumbhaka. Keep the eyes open in Shambhavi Mudra. Engage Uddiyana Bandha after inhalation and holding. Exhale forcibly and pull the stomach in and up in Uddiyana Bandha, engaging Mula Bandha. Visualize a timeless pause where the breath is held suspended and set in balance. As a chant, the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Vayudharanasanam nam padmasanasya pranamadhyo naye. The next asana is Nyujasana. So from the seated Padmasana position, rest your hands on the respective knees. Inhale deeply and tuck the chin. Internalize the primordial sound. Om. Shambhavi Mudra, Prakriti Kumbhaka, Landar Bandha, gaze to the nose. Visualize a protective gateway at your throat. Feeling luminous energy guiding the spiritual center, and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Ubhaya Parni Yugmam Janvora Adhaya Patiprishte Samekritva Hastena Nabhi Utthapya Duntya Dalena Gurudashiten. The next asana is Samyukta Padmasana. As you are seated in Padmasana, reach your hands behind your back and grasp the big toes of each foot with corresponding hand. So this is also one of the advanced asanas. Lift your chest and roll your shoulders back. Press your shoulders blade together as you straighten your arms. Khechri Mudra. Turn the tongue gently back upward into the hollow of the mouth. Shanta Kumbhaka. Inhale and visualize the pranavayu. So rest the legs comfortably as you can, and then hands behind your back. And then perform Shanta Kumbhaka. Inhale and visualize the pranavayu being inside and outside of your body. Understand the visualization takes a very important role in your consciousness. So make sure that you are visualizing every visualization. Shanta Kumbhaka, where you inhale and visualize the pranavayu being inside and outside of your body. Khechri Mudra. Turn the tongue gently upward and roll to the hollow of the mouth. Visualize two lotus flowers whose stems intertwine gracefully, presenting your Kundalini Shakti, twisting and raising up down the spine. Bring your gaze to the nose and you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Pada Samyogas Hasyo Bhama Samyudaya Padam Yojayet. The next asana is Tirtha Padmasana. As you are sitting in Padmasana, bring the hands onto the ground beside you. The hands are on the sides beside you. And then Inhale and hold your hands down on the ground and lifting your hips off the floor as you gaze straight. Kevalaka Kumaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Moodbandha. Visualize yourself as a lotus flower emerging from muddy water, restrain and radiate above the surface. Radiant above the surface as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Padmasanam Shtha Karatalabhyam Bhumis Samalabhya. The next asana is Lalita Padmasana. So start seated in Padmasana, reach both hands together through the gap of your groin and legs. So start in Padmasana, bring the hands reaching through the gap of the groin and the legs, and then press the palms firmly onto the ground between them, and shift your weight onto the palms and lift your entire body off the ground. Shambhavi Mudra, Kevalaka Kumka. Visualize a suspended lotus floating above, worldly attachment pure and elevated. Engage Mulbandha as a chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Udika Kamalasanam Hastayogu Sthapayatva Padagoyam Shipe Cha. The next asana is Kamapita Padmasana. Once again, Kamapita Padmasana.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global.
Yes, so let's continue. with Kamapita Padmasana. So as you're seated in Padmasana, clench your hands into the fist and press your knuckles down onto the ground beside you. And then bring your weight onto the hands as you lift your hips off the floor as you gaze towards the ground in front of you. The balance manifest, you need a strength to lift your body. Make sure that you are lifting your body for a while. Let can relax after some moments. Shambhavi Mudra, and once again try Kevala Kumka, which rise a lotus gently swinging back and forth. So try to swing your body back and forth, balance yet in a rhythmic motion, about to blossom and come into life. Kevala Kumka, gaze to the nose as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Kamala Pana Kamalasanam Asthapishet Mushti Sthapavanam Kur with Padyugmam Shipatyacha. The next asana is called Kukutasana Tarini. So as you are seated in Padmasana, reach both the hands through the legs and press the palms firmly into the ground between them. And then shift your weight onto the arms and lift your body upward. Keep you open the palms and lift your body upward. Engage the core to remain balanced and upright. Shambhavi Mudra. Engage Mool Bandha. See yourself as a proud and alert rooster. Gaze to the nose and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Gurumule Swayam Vidyaghana Apeshta Kukutasanam Tet Mansanas Sikarekam. The next asana is Jalandhara. Once again, from the seated position, legs in Padmasana, place both of your hands in between the gap of your calves and the thighs. And press your hands down onto the ground, lifting your body off the ground and balance as you gaze forward. Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kukumka, Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize yourself lifting cleanly from the ground. Feel effort collecting upward as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Jalandharasanam. The next is one of the dance postures is Baddha Chauli Kukutasana. In this asana, as you are seated in Padmasana, inhale and press your hands down onto the ground in front of you and then lift your hips off the floor and bringing the knees all the way up, resting them back of your straightened arm. This is like Urdhva Kotasana. So your hands will be straight. Try to make the hands straight as you are bringing the legs onto the back of your upper arm. Let your hips raise higher with the shoulders, keeping your back straight angle at your gaze. Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumka. Embody proud rooster qualities. They chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Panchachuri Koktam cha Ekapada Koktam Akarita Panchachuri Ashukokutame Vacha. The next asana is Padma Tapasana. So from the Padmasana, once again inhale and press your hands onto the ground in front of you and lifting your hips off the ground, bringing your knees all the way up, resting them on the back of your straightened arm. Keep your back parallel to the ground. So this time you'll be trying to bring your leaning more forward so that your back is almost parallel to the ground. Gaze in down directly as you maintain the balance on the two hands. You can bend your elbows. Bhujangini Mudra. Open the mouth wide and subtly draw prana inward. Raise like a serpent. Kevala Kukumka. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padmasanam Sarvam Hasya Bhuma Stapayat. The next asana is Parshukukutasana. So this is, if you are still holding on to the previous asana, from that asana, twist yourself. Twist the leg onto the opposite upper arm. So this is one of the advanced asana, and difficulty level is also a little higher. Make sure that it needs a lot of twist on your lower back muscles. So you can take the support of the partner to perform. Rotate your knees so that your right thigh rests onto the left arm alone. Gaze towards the ground in front of you. Kevala Kakumka, Mool Bandha, visualize a rooster standing alert on one leg. Body turned to the side with a vigilant gaze. Feel with a dynamic balance as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yes, you can twist yourself on the ground itself and then try to lift. That is also ways. Panchacholi kokutam cha ekapada kokutam. Yes, now this time, twist onto the other side. We are repeating Pash Kukutasana on the other side. So you'll be twisting on the opposite side. So once again, twist, take both the palms from the ground, twist your knee onto the opposite arm, and then you can try to lift yourself and balance. It's not that difficult. The more and more you practice, the more you'll be able to get it. Engage Mulmanda Kirala Kumka, gaze downward. Visualize rooster standing on one leg as a chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Panchacholi Kokutam cha ekapada kokutam akritam Panchacholi Parshkokutam evacha. The next asana is Simhasana Chatwari. So from the seated position in Padmasana, place your palms on the ground in front of you and raise onto your knees. And then gently bring your groin down onto the ground, resting your knees and thighs down with your hands planted and arms straight. Open up your chest and tilt your head back, holding a static position. Bhujangini Mudra. Open the mouth wide and subtly draw prana inward. Feel the energy raise like a serpent. Antaranga Kumka. Quickly and forcefully inhale through the nose. Hold the breath for a short while and then release. Engage Mulbandha. Visualize yourself seated with the fierce, majestic presence of a lion, radiating courage, authority, regal confidence. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Agrasaram cha prathamam pashadva dasanam madhyapam. The next asana is Padma Sarpasana Purvanga. Once again, as you are seated in Padmasana, so this whole sequence is with Padmasana. And then once you are in Padmasana, place both the hands in front of you. And then raise onto your hands, raise onto your knees. And then gently bring your groin down onto the ground, resting your chest all the way down. So don't look at the posture display. That is somewhere it has to be modified. So as you are in Padmasana, come to the knees, hands in front of you, and then raise yourself on the knees, hands in front of you, and then gently bring your groin down to the ground. Yes, bring yourself down, resting your chest all the way to the ground, down, and then bring your hands to your back and palms together in Anjali Mudra. The hands are behind your back in Anjali Mudra. Lift your chest, head and chest as you gaze towards third eye. Bhujangini Mudra. Open your mouth wide, subtly drawn, prana inward, feel the energy rising like a serpent. Kevala kumka mulbandha. Visualize the graceful snake coiling around like a radiant lotus. As you chant the japa, Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Padmasanam, Yoghoma Sapayet. The next asana is Golangulasana. From the seated position with legs in Padmasana, sit tall with both the feet on the opposite thigh and lie on your back onto your elbows. And lace your arms, palms facing upward with your sitting bones and raise your knees up towards the sky. Keep your gaze straight through the knees. Shambhi Mudra, Kevala Kumka, visualize a perfect balanced scale evenly poised between the two opposing energies. Mulbandha chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Golangulasana nam Anibhyam Padab Bhritva. The next asana is Vakra Padmasana. So as you're lying down in Padmasana, lie on your back, hands holding the big toes. Arch your back onto the ground, your head on the ground, arch your back. Prana Mudra. Hands are holding the big toes in the Prana Mudra. Kevala Kumka, Mulabandha. Visualize the lotus arching upward, petal opening. Strong and resilient as a chant japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Arshita Kamalasanam Pada Patyo Graham Kurvit. The next asana is Parshvadasana. As you're lying down, in the position, cross hands resting on each other. Shambhi Mudra, Kevala Kumka. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Agrasanam cha pratamam Ashva. Asanam Adhyapam Madhyasanam Hevanyam. Simhanapi Uchate. Now, repeated Parshvadasana on the other side. Now switch the position of the hands. Lie down comfortably. As you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Agrasanam cha pratamam Parshvadasanam Adhyapam Madhyasanam Hevanyam Simhasanam. The next asana is Samsana Vasana. Spread your legs, extend your legs, hands resting on the sides without touching each other, slightly away from the body, palms facing up. Let your shoulders soften into the mat. Place hands comfortably at your sides. Shakti Chalana Mudra, Kevala Kumka. Visualize the body lying in a cremation ground, embracing the sacred flames. See your bones transforming into diamond dust, raging onto the wind, scattering onto the starline. Engage Mulbandha as you chant the japa Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 शिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द
Slowly, very slowly. Start to wiggle your fingers, feet, ankles. Just come back to your physical body. As you turn from side to side and come back to the comfortable seated position, your hands in Namaskara Mudra. Let's offer our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Yoga, for giving this opportunity to the most authentic yoga revived from the very soul, Nithyananda Yoga. And the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyananda. Thank you. Make sure that